Thank you for having us. First of all, Sean. I'm Ed.
What's going on, everyone? I am DeFi Sean, and this is not Moon Monday or Infinity on Friday, but this is a Crypto and Cause AMA with our buddies from Crypticorn. Now, this is something that I've covered on my YouTube channel. A whole bunch of people within our network have been talking about this one and working with the guys from Crypticorn for probably months now. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and pass it over to them, let them introduce themselves, and go ahead and introduce Crypticorn to you guys.
Thank you, Sean. Thank you, first of all, for having us. Thanks to all the listeners for taking the time to hear this podcast and later on review our project. I'm Adam. I'm the CMO of Crypticorn. Before I'll give a small introduction of myself, we're going to give an introduction. First of all, I'm going to introduce Johannes, our founder and CEO, and he's going to give an introduction of himself, his background, and all the team members that aren't able to be here today. Johannes, the mic is yours, sir.
Thanks so much for having us today, Sean. And I started into crypto in 2019. So that was when I made my master's degree at Porsche Motorsport, the famous German cars manufacturer. And during the breaks, always the same topics came up: stocks, real estate, and crypto. And somehow crypto grabbed my attention back in the days. And after I finished my master thesis at Porsche Motorsport, I got into the university as scientific research assistant, but I couldn't leave the crypto space. And the first thing I explored have been pump signals. So, these huge Telegram groups with thousands, hundreds of thousands, maybe millions of people waiting for the admins of the group to share a coin name, then rush to the exchange and buy it. And what you guessed correctly is the price spiked within seconds to minutes, pumping hundreds, maybe even thousands of percent. And I created a trading bot for that. So my trading bot took the message from those groups, saw the coin in these messages, and bought them on the exchange, helping me to, being better and quicker than everyone else. And then I turned this into a software as a service company, helping lots of other traders to make a lot of profits from these pump signals, and also writing a lot of educational stuff on the topic to help other people not getting scammed in the crypto world. And I got rewarded for that. So Google ranks me on their top research results still. So for keywords like pump signals and more, I'm still ranking very good there because of all the free content I published and provided to them. At some point then I wanted to build something even better, even bigger, more profitable, more long-term, more long-lasting, because I wanted to achieve financial freedom. And that's when I came up with the idea of Crypticorn almost 3 years ago. Crypticorn itself, the name was born in January 2022. And at first I started alone. And then after a while, more and more people joined the Crypticorn team. First of all, Mate, our CTO, currently working at Amazon. Then we have Timon and Syed as back-end developers. And since 2 days, we have Alex on the team. And for marketing, Adam, who is with us here today in this AMA.
Thank you, Johannes. I'm glad to be here with you today on this AMA. Hello, everyone. I am Adam. I've been in the crypto space since 2016. Although back then there wasn't even a space, you used to basically buy tokens and pray for the best. My first win was at 2017, and that attracted me more towards the developing space. I rode my bags, as most people, through 18 and 19, and then rode the nice bull run we had in 20 and 21. Ever since I got blessed, I would say, and I became a maxi, and I'm very active in the maxi space itself. And in the last few years, I've been focusing mainly on helping projects get their hands into funds through marketing, through VCs, through raises, through angel investors, through other ways. And I've been part of several projects, either in the core team, either in advisory, either as in the next to the immediate team. Some of them did quite well, double digit million. One made triple digit million. But ever since about 2 years, 2 years and a half, 2.5 years ago, since I met the Crypticorn team and heard about their vision, I've been nonstop active in this project, helping it grow, trying to give it the recognition it deserves because people, this is a space changing tool. Basically, that's it with the introduction, Sean. Thank you for the opportunity.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm super excited about what you guys are doing. You guys remind us of me and Mike's project and Finion. You guys are docs. You guys are very forthcoming with everything that you're doing. I want to say it's been months now that we've been working with you guys, talking to you guys about this. So do you guys want to share your screen and kind of go over what it's all about, or do you want me to bring it up on my screen, or how do we want to do this so
I,
you can kind
I
of.
would share it myself because then I can, show you also already our prediction dashboard that is already working in live. And yeah.
Yes, that'd be awesome. Yeah, I kind of did a video on it yesterday, kind of all the stuff that we're going to talk about here today, but we get to hear it from the team themselves, which is always a great thing. So yeah, I'm even super excited just to hear about the whole presentation and exactly what's going on, because it's one of those projects, again, I'm speaking, not speaking for the team, where you could potentially make money while you sleep. So always a good thing, because that's kind of the goal for all of us here. But yeah, if you want to go ahead and take it away on your screen and start going over everything.
Sure.
Definitely. In order to understand what is Crypticorn, Crypticorn basically is an AI project that delivers prediction tools, automated AI trading tools, and we're in the works of many other tools. In a nutshell, Crypticorn is here to make trading accessible to everyone. And people who are professional traders, we help them enhance their trading with tools. People who have no idea about trading, we provide them with tools that could walk them through successful trades as we go. This is in a nutshell. In order to explain better about the project itself, and in order for us to start diving deep into the project, I'm going to give the mic to Johannes, our CEO, and he's going to do the proper introduction that the projects deserve.
Sure. Thanks, Adam. Well,
Always.
first of all, as I said earlier, Crypticon was built with the idea of achieving financial freedom, what John said a few minutes ago. And when we started back in the days, almost 4 years ago, there was no ChatGPT around like it is right now. We had the basics of ChatGPT, which were large language models and the transformer technology. And even back in the days, we decided against this approach because we see right now still that ChatGPT, large language models, are not made for trading. I mean, the name says it itself. Large language models, they're good with words, letters, sentences, but the financial market prices are numbers. So these don't work. We went in the direction of machine and deep learning and smart algorithms and developed them to predict a chart. That was the first thing we did because a chart is helpful to a trader. If you just say, well, it's going to be up or down, that's not much of a help. So the first thing that we did, and that is the heart of Crypticon, is develop our own AI, not based on ChatGPT or any wrapper around that, our own approach, and this is already live and working, as you can see here right now. TradingView integration, trading integration, you have news, very soon Trader GPT, where you can ask all the questions that you want. Trend prediction will follow, and volatility. So all the type of things that a trader needs for successful day trading. And what we do is we predict, as you can see, the next 6 hours ahead in time as a chart with probabilities. So 24 timestamps of 15-minute close prices. That's our chart. And this tool is really built for active traders. So you don't need to, search for head shoulder patterns, put in 10 indicators in there, another 10 lines. No, all of that is already included in our AI because we get the on-chain data, historical data from spot, futures, options, funding rates, Google News, Google Trend, Google search volume of BTC and more. And all of that is combined in our AI, which leads to these charts. So you need minimal analysis to find the next trades. And I've been trading with that in the past. A lot of other traders with whom we have been developing this tool have been trading with us. And my personal results on that have been a win rate of about 85% with a P&L ratio of 1.7 over the course of 90 days by trading only based on this AI. And I am by no means a manual trader, but still I was managed to achieve such good results. And furthermore, there's also traders talk with someone who is even better. He's one of our main traders of the prediction dashboard. But not everyone is an active day trader. Not everyone has the time to sit behind the screen all day. I mean, there's so many better things to do. And that's why we go one step further. And this is our AI trading agents for passive monthly profits. So we automate the whole process of trading for you. And the best, we work on performance fee. So you might know others that are offering you a subscription to their trading bots. But what is their incentive? What is their motivation to keep you as a subscriber? Just like Netflix, you're just like a Netflix subscriber to them. So you pay your monthly fee, your monthly charge to them, and well, they couldn't care less about your results. If you're making a big profit, a small profit, or a loss, they don't care because they just want to keep you as a subscriber to their system. With Crypticorn's AI trading agents, it's different. We charge performance fees based on the results. And that means our motivation is to make you the most returns in order that when we make a profit. And these performance fees are paid in the IAC token after a month or after a quarter, and only if you make a profit. And the best is, as we are writing on our website, AI trading agents. So there are multiple ones because not everyone has the same risk profile. Imagine someone with a 1 million portfolio. If you would do 1, 2, 3% on a 1 million portfolio in a month, that's 10, 20, 30K. On 30K, you could quit your job that you don't like. You can buy and drive the car that you want. And in your free time, because you will be having a lot of that, do the things that you want. You're financially free. You can go to the beach, play golf, whatever. You can do the things that you like. On the other side, if you're starting with a 2K, 5K, 10K portfolio, you want to get there. You want to become financial free as quickly as possible. So you want to get to the point where you can live off those passive monthly profits. And that's why there are different AI trading agents, because they're different type of people that have certain needs and wishes to fit their own risk profile to achieve their goals. And that's why we have different AI trading agents you can choose from and let them work for you based on performance fees. And you could say the AIC token works as fuel for these AI trading agents. But that is not all, because we are collecting a lot of this data. And what we did next was we put that on-chain data into our AI as well. So every new launch token, we analyze it with a contract checker. And if that is all right, it goes into AI. And then we are capable of predicting if this token will do good or not. So right now we are on ERC20, very soon also on Solana. And we will help, or what our tool, our AI does, will help you find the next 10x, 100x, 1000x. This one life-changing trade that you need to become financial free. Here, a few of our past results, as you can see here: Spike 20x, real Donald Trump 15x. It is already live and working, and that's what we do. So we have these three tools all combined under one ecosystem, the AIC token ecosystem, the prediction dashboard for active traders with the unique chart predictions that are not around anywhere in the space, not even other project comes close to this. Then second, we have our AI trading agents that work on performance fee. You only pay a small fee of your profits in form of the AIC token to Crypticorn. That's it. And the best, it's currently in beta testing, so it is available at the launch. And last but not least, because there's more degen in all of us, and we're all hunting for the next 10x, 100x, 1000x, just this one life-changing trade. And that's where we have our DEX AI trading. So we combine all of this in one ecosystem powered by the AIC token.
Thank you, Hannes. That's quite an introduction. Thank you. I think this covers to a deep extent what is Crypticorn.
Yeah, guys, like I said, I love it. I love how you actually have a working product. I've seen in my time kind of working behind the scenes with different projects, tons of projects promising these types of things. And probably for the first time, I've actually found you guys where I'm actually comfortable that what you guys are doing is actually getting delivered, which is, again, saying a lot because so all too often we see so many of these projects that promise you these trading bots are going to make you a return. Again, promise is the wrong word. I know you guys aren't making any promises, just kind of using that in my verbiage. But just, again, just never usually pans out. Funds ends up missing, exploits, all that good stuff. But yeah, I love what you guys are doing. Also, I want to remove your screen for 1 second to pop up mine. Also want to talk about this real quick before you potentially go on to more. But pink sale pre-sales going on, hugely successful. I think the soft cap was hit definitely within the first day. I was kind of monitoring it as it went on and went good. As you can see, they have all their badges. Looks like you guys are trending #1 on pink sale right now. If you guys want to kind of talk a little bit about the pre-sale and the pink sale.
Yes, definitely, would love to. First of all, we are at the moment live on Pinkcell. The pre-sale, in our opinion, hasn't even started yet, and it's already hit the soft cap itself. There is always the question of why to go on Pinkcell and why use BNB chain and whatnot. And I would give the proper answer to that. Last year in 2000, in token 2049 in Dubai, Johannes met. Could you get Johannes to share his screen, please, Sean?
We are a very good team already. So if Adam is talking, I already know where to click and so on to share what he's talking about.
Let's go. Yep, you should be good to go. Yep.
Definitely. So this gentleman's name is Tomas Vijvoda. Tomas is the ex-head of growth of of Binance, and Johannes met him last year in token 2049 in Dubai. And ever since he heard about the project, he became bullish, same as everyone else. No, it doesn't matter what their status is, and is devoting a portion, of course, of his time as an advisor to our project, helping us grow as we go, leading us through the steps. And when we decided we want to launch, there was always the thought: are we going to go with? We decided we wanted to build. I'm sorry, not launch. There is always the thought: are you going to go with ETH? Are you going to go with BNB? Are you going to go with Sol? And the calculations were, not as straightforward as they could be because it's sometimes confusing. But ETH is not friendly for developers. On top of it, it's extremely expensive and it's not as attractive to develop upon because you don't have any backup from ETH itself. Sol is pure jittery, and also it doesn't by any mean integrate with any other chain, which is always important for developers. So we decided to go on BSC, which in my opinion is the best at the moment chain out there, and they're gonna grow to be the #1 chain in the world. And I'll explain at the end of this segment why. So basically, when we met this when Johannes met this gentleman, he was onboarded as an advisor, and ever since we have weekly meetings with him, sometimes semi-weekly meetings with him, and he gives us purely gold advice on how to grow. One of the most recent amazing advice that we received from Thomas was the following: when we were planning to launch on which launchpad we want to launch, etc., he suggested Pinkcell, and I can't lie that I haven't raised an eyebrow. But usually when he speaks, I listen because there is always a context behind. And I asked, why would you go through Pinkcell? And then he told me the following bit of information. Binance, the Binance Foundation, the BNB Foundation, has a partnership with Pinkcell. The partnership details that Binance are showing interest specifically in AI tools, doesn't matter from which segment in the AI. Of course, they have a lot of conditions. One of the main conditions is the utility needs to be functional and not in the process of becoming functional. They need to know that the utility is functional. It works. What you get in return is an influx and a chance to get to their IDO, which is not as high for other projects or for many projects, but it is high if you have the right functioning tool, and it also gives Pinkcell the influx itself that you can get from the foundation. On top of it, why is it that we think or we know, for an example, that BNB is going to be the biggest chain in the world? Let me detail it this way to you, Sean. You have a business in mind, right? An in real life business, a store, let's say, and you want to do it in a different country, right? When you land in the airport, a vice minister is there to shake your hand. You meet the guy and he tells you, hey, are you here to open a business in our nice country? And he says, yes. So he tells you, listen, we, the government, are going to do the following for you. If you need finance, we're going to give you finance to open your business. Here is some money. You need security, you got security. You need infrastructure, you got infrastructure. You need workers, talent, we're going to get you talent. You need customers, we're going to get you customers. You need business, we're going to get you business. We're going to position you in the middle square in the most busy place in this city. Make sure that 3, 4, 5, 6, 12 million people a day cross in front of your shop. All you need to do is sell them. And on top of all this, you're not going to pay taxes. This is a great deal, right? You would agree with me that this is the best deal in the history of deals ever?
Would have to agree that's a pretty solid deal.
Amazing. This is what the foundation is offering to functional utility projects. Why is that? Because the foundation wants to position itself. When I say the foundation, of course, I mean the Binance Foundation wants to position itself as the main chain out there. And how do you do that? By memes. I'm not dissing memes. Memes have amazing volume, big growth. But are they going to stay here forever? Space shifting tools and tools that are going to be here for the next 10 years and 15 years, if you attract a huge influx of them, or on the contrary, make yourself the main hub of every utility tool out there, that pretty much gets you to your goal a lot quicker than anything else, if you would agree with me, Sean. And this is the explanation on why Pinkcell and how we got there, and the BNV Foundation and all the other stuff.
Yeah, you don't have to convince me for sure. People listening, you might, but yeah, BNB chain. I know myself, a lot of people that follow us, we kind of all entered this space on the BNB chain. Still to this day, even though Infineon is on ETH, we actually initially launched Operation Phoenix on BSC. It is definitely one of my favorite chains. And then, like it or not, PinkSale does have the most exposure, pretty much any pre-sale site out
Yeah.
there. Those that don't know, we actually thought about doing a last minute pre-sale on Pinkcell for Infineon kind of before we went live, but we decided against it. We felt comfortable with where we were sitting. So yeah, I like the choice of the BNB chain. I also like that you guys are going Pinkcell, and rightfully so. You guys are crushing that pre-sale so far. Like I said, you hit the soft cap pretty quickly. So that's awesome to see. And it's just continuing to go. It looks like we have about 2 more days left on the pink sale, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, three.
3 more days. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
counting
So
tonight
two,
and
two,
tomorrow and the day after it.
2 more
Gotcha.
Counting
days.
tonight and tomorrow and the day after it. So it's basically more
Okay.
than 2 days. Yeah,
Gotcha. I get what you're
thank you.
saying. Yep. But yeah, you guys are at 131 BNB already, so very solid. Like I said, I'm very excited for this one to get off the ground. But yeah, we're
Also, I gotta tell people that we do, and okay, I'm not gonna say we, but before Johannes demoted me to a CMO position, which I am holding for the last period of time, I am the CFO of Crypticorn, and I still am. But Johannes likes to f with me, right? So basically, we have a figure in mind. We have an amount in mind of BNB that we want to raise. The moment that amount hits, Johannes is going to go do the poof, magical Houdini thing and stop the preset. And we are not very far away from there because we have an amount in mind and we don't want to overdo it. This is why I say to people, if you want to catch this amazing project at the discount that it is, there has never been a better time than right now.
Yeah, like I said, this is one of those rare projects. Again, speaking for myself, can't speak for anyone else. That I actually feel super comfortable with you guys. It's very hard to come by in the space. We hope that that's how people feel about what we're doing with our stuff, and yeah, put you guys right there with us. But where do you guys want to go next? Do you have anything in particular that you want to transition to?
Oh, definitely, definitely. We can transition to a lot. I would love to transition to speak a bit about the project itself and the vision of it and the way it goes. For an example, a lot of people are constantly in our DMs, and a lot of people tell me personally, Adam, I don't wanna trade, bro. I don't want AI agents. I don't want trading dashboard. I don't want a small market cap utility that shows which new tokens are good to do. I don't want to do that. I just want to hold a token and have that token rise in value. Can I do that with Crypticorn? And this is an amazing thing because yes, you can. I'm going to explain, go ahead and explain why you can. When we started, you know what? I'll go at it. I'll start biting at a different at a different side of the bread. Currently in the space is shifting. I think you would agree with me, Sean. What was applicable yesterday, tomorrow might not be there. And one of the things that is changing most is that in 2019, 2018, even in 2021, you had the ability to go into Reddit to find a subgroup in Reddit, copy paste a contract, go buy it for 200, $300, and you had a shot at clearing $700. You had a shot at clearing 7,000. You had a shot at clearing 75,000. You had a shot at clearing 7.5 million. Things were going bananas. Would you agree with me that the space is changing and we're not there anymore? Yes, you could still buy a token, make a killing with it, but it's becoming rarer and rarer by the day. Would you agree, Sean?
Agreed. The one thing that never changes about this space is that everything keeps changing for 100%.
Exactly. Exactly. Now, at this current moment, there are three proven ways to make money in this space. The first is extremely easy, and me being a maxi, I always promote it. Hold BTC. Buy as much BTC as you can get your hands on, and in the long term, you're gonna make money. When I say long term, 1 year, 2 year, it's not, long term is not long term in crypto. And you would find after a few years that you have made 50% a year on your investment, which is a lot of money if we're speaking conservatively. The second option is the following: buying a functional utility projects token that actually works, provide value to people, has the potential to shift the space anyway and make money while this token rises because there is a lot of these kind of tokens that will stay here for the long run, I believe. The third option is straight up trading. Trading, accumulating your successful trades, and you'll be able to make money. People do it in crypto, people do it in stocks. It's not unheard of, right? Crypticorn combines the latter two. A utility project that has something to offer that's already functional and working, and it's regarding trading. So, just to give you a glimpse on how people could make money just by holding the token. For an example, as Johannes explained, we don't charge a subscription for you to use our tool. Our tool is basically free to use, right? We are currently we have partnerships with three main CXs: KuCoin, BingX, and Hyperliquid. Let's say you go to your KuCoin account, right? And you start trading. Let's say you had $1,000. Now you only provide us with API keys from your CX, and that's how you trade. We don't have access to your CX. The only thing that has access is that the AI trading agents can buy and sell. We don't have access to your funds. We can't withdraw your funds. We can't even make you give us funds, our portion at the end of this period. So what we do is you need to stake a portion, a small portion, a lot smaller than your portfolio, a lot smaller than your portfolio. You need to stake it. While it's staked, you're getting rewards for it. Let's say you made the first successful trade, 20%, 30%. Now you have $1,300. The amount of tokens you need to stake to use the utility went up, if that makes sense. So this way, as your profits keep coming, because if people don't know, I'm going to tell them, but I think most of the people here already know that one of the surest way to grow your bag is compounding. Compounding with accumulating successful trades, compounding, accumulating successful trades. If your portfolio grows 30% each time, at the end of the period, you're going to have tons of money, right? But that means you need to stake a lot more tokens to be able to keep using the same tool, which you are loving and sort of addicted to. Now, this gives the opportunity for regular holders to make money. How are they making money? By holding the token, which that is more valuable as days grow, because traders need day in, day out to have more tokens for them to stake to be able to use the utility. This way, even the simple holder is making money out of Crypticorn, right? And on top of it, with this, we have made the perfect feeding loop. I like to call it a feeding loop, which is the following. Because we don't charge you any subscription base, right? There is no subscription fee. You pay us a portion of the winnings. This is why when the tool is free, we need to provide you with the best tool out there, because if you don't make any money, we don't make any money, right? So when the tool is amazing and it's profitable, it's making people money, we're profitable and we're making our own money from that portion. Our small portion, most of it goes into R&D, into optimizing the product, into utilizing it better, into perfecting it. So the next time we weaponize our traders with it, they go out into the market and they make better trades and they make more P&L on their initial investment. And our portion, which is the same portion, depends on your risk management portfolio, how do you want to look at it, the profile becomes bigger as well. This keeps us on our toes, needing to provide the best product out there in order for people to keep win, in order for us to stay profitable, if that makes sense. And if you want it even to become better and better, we have partnership with three CXs at the moment. As I mentioned, KuCoin, BingX, Hyperliquid. We have another one already in the bag, finalized CX deal, which we're not going to share at the moment. The share is going to come from their side. And we are vigorously negotiating the fifth. Now, first of all, I would like to explain that after TGE, people should expect that we are listed on each and every CX that we are partnership with. It would take a month or 2 months to roll it out because each of them has its own marketing loop that they go before listing. But other than that, what I wanted to explain is the following. We are not trying to become a hedge fund, Sean. We don't want people giving us their money. On the contrary, keep it in your account. This is why we started with very three with main apologies. This is why we started with three main CXs, and we're growing as we go and getting more and more CXs because this is the beauty of Crypticorn. We don't hold your money. Your money is securely held at your favorite CX, which we're going to get to all of them eventually. Your money is held surely at your favorite CX. There is only API to the AI trading tool that can trade in your the automated AI trading tool that can trade in your stead, make you money as you mentioned before, as you sleep, while your money is securely in your favorite CX. If that makes sense, Sean.
Yeah, it makes complete sense, and it's a good thing. Like you said, you keep control of your own money. As far as utilizing the API keys, I know you guys explain it on your website. Don't be intimidated by that. I know a lot of people in crypto, they see something they maybe aren't familiar with. They're scared of it. They don't want to try it new. It's not as difficult as you may think. I've done it a lot of times, but you guys utilizing that API again, the user yourself, you're in control. It is your funds. They don't have access to pull it or anything like that. And another thing I love that you guys do is that you're taking funds generated and kind of reinvesting it into R&D and growing the Crypticorn brand, getting on all kinds of new centralized exchanges, which is our goal. Everything that we're doing, we're cycling back in our ecosystem. We're making the ecosystem bigger and better. And then with so many projects out there, everyone's top priority is they just drain as much money as they possibly can from their user base and from the people buying their token and things like that. So it's always a breath of fresh air to see, projects like this where your main goal is to build this product, and of course as you build that product, of course the money will come as you build the product, because just like any other business, people forget building a business is building a business. Just because you're in crypto doesn't mean you're entitled to make money day one that project or business goes live. It takes time to upscale and grow that business sometimes before the owner of that business actually makes profits and makes money and things like that.
Definitely. And also, as people need to know, people asked us about profitability and how we are making money. People, this is an AI trading tool. Sometimes, on Sundays, we use it as well. So money is always, I'm not going to lie, this is a capital market. Everybody's here to make a profit. Same with us. At the moment, it makes more sense to invest back the money as we keep growing into the tool itself because the tool itself is the backbone. The tools themselves, I would say, plural and not singular, are the backbone of Crypticorn. Johannes, is there anything you want to add to everything that we covered up until now, sir?
No, perfectly fine. Perfect.
Amazing. A man of few words, as everybody could see. This is a true builder. He rather not speak, but he rather build.
But yeah, let's see what else. Typically, I kind of take control of the AMAs and ask all the questions, but I love it when I have projects like you guys where you can introduce it. Just makes it so much more organic and so much better when you can introduce it. So is there any other topics or main things that we want to cover?
At the moment, I'm searching my brain if there is anything that we haven't covered up until now. I do believe we covered all of the main aspects. If you would, but maybe if you would present us with some questions, we can delve into other topic. Of course, that Crypticorn is an extremely rich topic that we can speak of for 2.5 hours. But now, on the top of my brain, I do think that we have covered most of the main, most.
Yeah, I don't think they don't have any real questions rolling in per se. But I know one thing. So when it comes to the AI itself, do you want to talk? I don't think you really touched overly on it. Do you want to talk about how exactly it utilizes it, like with the market sentiment, what it searches for, and different things like that, just so we kind of understand how it operates?
Oh, definitely. We would love that. But for that to be most effective, I'm going to ask Johannes to do this segment.
Sure. Well, I won't go into the absolute depth with that because if we start talking about AI, it is getting quite complex very quickly. And as I said at the beginning, we are not based on ChatGPT or any wrap around that because ChatGPT isn't made for trading. Like ChatGPT, they are made for words and sentences. What we do or what we did is, first of all, you need to get all of this data because in this digital age we're in, data is the new gold. Every model out there, even ChatGPT, all they need is good quality data. And that's what we did first, collecting data from Binance, from other exchanges, from options data, funding rates, Google News, and Google Trends or Google Search Volume. And as we see right now, Bitcoin search interest isn't even there yet. So retail hasn't arrived and we're still making a new all time high. All of these factors go into AI. And then we decide on what we want to predict and train the AI on this so called target. In our case, it is the chart as you saw. And especially with our AI, it's not just one AI that is capable of predicting the target, it's multiple ones. We are using multiple AIs, one for every time step, to be able to predict these kind of chart patterns, including the probabilities around it. So all of these smaller AIs make one prediction. These are then combined into the big one. And that has been back tested or even live traded, as I showed earlier, with my own results and that of one of our most um, successful traders. And that's how AI works when it comes to the prediction dashboard. On the other side, if we are talking about our DEX AI trading, where we are hunting for the next 10x, 100x, we have a slightly different approach. As I said, first of all, we need to analyze the contract. Because if the contract is scam, well, why should we take the risk and invest into that coin? So that's the first thing. Filter out all the scams. Then we wait 20, 30, up to 60 minutes after the launch to gather all the data available from X, sentiment, the overall data of how Ethereum is doing, if we're talking about ERC20 token launches, and the price action of the coin itself. I mean, the people that are trading a lot on DEX, they know what I'm talking about when I said the first 30 minutes to 60 minutes are the most important when it comes to new launched tokens on decentralized exchanges. Because if there's good price action at the beginning, then it is very likely that the project is going to do well. And that's exactly what we see from our AI. And furthermore, what we did is we trained the AI to find tokens that do at least 2x. That 2x is very important because if you sell 50% of your position at 2x, everything after that is risk free because you already break even. If the project does 2x, you sell 50%. If it goes to zero, you have no money lost because you already made back your money. And then you have your moon back, and then you can wait for the 10x, 100x, 1000x. And that's the important thing. You do your 2x, you're risk free, and then you can continue. And that takes away all the pressure, all the emotions from your trading on decentralized exchanges because you know you don't lose money on the trade. It's only about the winning. And this is how we design our AI systems to make it work.
Very cool. We do have some questions. I was actually wondering this too. They kind of answered it, and I was kind of assuming that. But why did you guys choose the name Crypticorn? Giannis, can you hear me?
Sorry, please repeat.
Yeah. Why did you guys choose the name Crypticorn?
Well, that's a funny
Like,
story, or better say, it's a very easy and short story. The logo represents that we are the combination of cryptocurrency and unicorn, and these two together gave us the name of Crypticorn.
yeah, that was my guess, judging by your guys' logo. That was my guess. Whatever. I was thinking about it because I was actually thinking that the other day. And Maurice, I don't know if you want to go ahead and maybe specify more, but Maurice is asking, will more features be added in the future?
Well, there are a lot of more things that we plan. I mean, they're mostly in, behind closed doors because there's so many things that we could do. I mean, the crypto market is full of potential, and you just need to go there and get it to make a profit. I mean, if we're talking about a prediction dashboard, I said it earlier, trend prediction and volatility prediction are the next things to come because these are essential for good traders. And after that, more AI trading agents for different kind of people, so you can choose the ones or combine multiple ones to fit your personal needs.
And then I know something that I always like to look at. I think it's important for people when they're doing their own research. But if you want to just kind of maybe touch on the token allocation real quick, it's always very important. People seem to skip over things like this, but it's always good to know exactly how the tokens are being allocated.
Sure. I mean, we can stay on the ping sale page if I'm still sharing my screen because tokens are locked. You can see all the tokenomics on the ping sale page itself. It's also on the white paper. And yeah, I mean, regarding tokenomics, I think we touched on the topic. We are in the BNB chain, total supply is 100 million, and the taxes are 2% for buying and 5% for selling on the start because we can modify them, but only reduce them. So the only way for the taxes to be going down, but never again up.
Cool. And then I don't have any more questions, but I do want to touch on this section before we kind of close it out. Why choose Crypticorn?
Adam?
I'm sorry, guys. First of all, my connection went broke, and I didn't hear you well. If you could repeat it, Sean.
Yeah, I saw that. I just brought you back up on stage, but I was just saying, I think we got all the questions answered, but kind of wanted to close it out with why should everyone choose Crypticorn, which is obviously what we have put up on our screen right here. If you want to kind of give a little breakdown on what makes you guys different and just why choose Crypticorn. Oh, Adam's having some problems. He just dropped off again.
Oh. Should we give him a few seconds?
Yeah, we can see if he can get back on. But yeah, guys, highly recommend hopping on over to crypticorn.com. You got their ping sale going on right here.
Well, then in that case, I'm going to give a quick summary because we have been talking for almost an hour now. And maybe by the time then Adam is back and can say a few final words. Well, as I said earlier, Crypticorn is not based on ChatGPT or OpenAI.
Sorry, guys, if I'm jumping back in. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I do.
Sean?
Yeah, we can hear you. I think you're back.
Great. So, no worries. I had a temporary trouble with the line. So basically, your question: why should people choose Crypticorn? Johannes, even if you start answering, please excuse me to be rude. I want to answer this.
Go ahead.
Thank you, sir.
Go.
The following: what is our goal here in the space? Our goal, not even in space, in life, is to be comfortable, to be as much comfortable. And a big portion on the modern world in being comfortable is money. Now, I'm not saying that if you have all the money in the world, you're going to have trouble, but your life is going to be slightly more comfortable than what it can. For people to be able to make money, to quit the job they don't like, change it to a job they do like, chase after each and every interesting aspect to them in life, to be able to read 2 hours a day and go to the gym and train and spend some time in the beach. And if you don't live near the beach, go to a place where there is a beach. All those things, you're gonna need to be either working hard or either invent something. Or you put your money where your mouth is and you trade. And you're able to make some money with trading. Now, a lot of people aren't able to do that due to all the difficulties in the world. And also, most of the difficulties are time constraints, which they can't learn trading now. Say, Crypticorn changes that. What it changes as well is that you've got a free tool. You don't have to pay nothing for it. You're only staking tokens that you already own in order to use the tool itself. You're benefiting on staking the tokens themselves. You're making rewards. On top of it, you're using a tool that can bring you nice amount of money. The team has been building this tool for almost 4 years. No bear, no bull, didn't think about any market condition while they are building the tool. What they did think about is how to make the best tool possible out there. On top of it, if you are a holder, you're able to make money. If you are a community member, you're able to make money. If you are a degen, you're able to make money. And God knows there is a degen in each and every one of us. If you are a professional trader, you're able to make money. We're able to accommodate each and every profile. And even in traders, each and every profile in trading as well. And for the long run, look at our advisory board. Look at the people who chose to be associated with us, doxed in front of all the people because they know what Crypticorn has the potential to become. And this is why you should choose Crypticorn.
Very good, kind of perfect way to start closing it out. Any final statements? We're about to hit that hour mark. So any closing statements you guys want to deliver, and we'll go ahead and shut this one down.
From always when we get to the final segment, I let Johannes close it up, give a sum of what we just talked about, and that's it.
All right, Johannes, take it away.
Perfect. Thanks so much. Like, I tried to start with the summary, and then Adam came back in again. So let's try me again. We've
Sorry.
been talking now even longer. And to quickly summarize what is Crypticon about is that we are not based on ChatGPT. We're not a ChatGPT wrapper, so we can't be copied that easily. Based on our own AI that we built up from the ground over the last almost 4 years, we created a prediction dashboard for the active traders. So everyone who is a day trader will love this tool. We have been developing this with a lot of traders over the last 4 years. Then we take it one step further with our automated AI trading agents that work on performance fee, which is very unique in the space. And last but not least, we have our DEX AI trading for all the degens, including myself, that are hunting for their next 100x, 1000x token, just that one life-changing trade. All of that is combined under one ecosystem, the Crypticon's AIC token ecosystem. And we are currently live on Pink Sale. That Pink Sale will end in roughly 84 hours. So join our socials, join our TG, stay up to date with us, or jump right to our Pink Sale page.
All right, guys. Yep, great presentation. Super glad to have you guys on. We are definitely going to be following you as time goes on. We'll definitely have you on for some more AMAs, of course, as new things develop and start to happen. But for everyone out there, thanks for joining the AMA with Crypto and Cause Investing. And until next time, trade safe.